What's up, guys, and welcome to another video. Something kind of interesting for you today. If the spring patch has taught me anything, it's that 2 gold incentive on doing a daily is something people really like. People like getting a lot of money for very little effort. Now, what would you guys say that 2 gold is? It's probably like, what, 15 to 20 minutes worth of work for 2G? Well, you'd be surprised to find there's something I've been doing in-game recently. I thought I'd share it with you all. It was based on a Reddit thread I stumbled upon about 10 days ago that gets you a hell of a lot of money, is repeatable, and can be done in about the same space of time as your daily. So I don't usually do videos like this where I come out and say, hey, here's how to earn gold in GW2, but this is something that really appeals to me, and hopefully I'll explain why as we go through the video. What I'm talking about is a gathering route. So other MMOs support this kind of idea a lot better than Guild Wars 2, the idea being that there is a demand for a certain good, and you have players who specialize in acquiring that so that they can sell it for profit. So other MMOs will have much more contrived, much more difficult, much more grindy, crafting professions or disciplines or gathering professions and disciplines. Guild Wars 2 doesn't have that, so usually it's not been able to tap into this idea too much. It did a lot with, for example, Magic Find and Trick-or-Treat Bags, which was a farm and an idea I always really enjoyed and did cover. And, well, since the spring patch, it's kind of come back in an interesting way. I mean, it never was truly gone in Guild Wars 2, but what I'm talking specifically about here is woods, namely hardwood and seasoned wood logs. This stuff spiked like mad after the patch. So as you can see here, this is GW2 TP, and it kind of lets you browse the historical prices of different things on the trading post. So this graph, this line represents the general price of wood, and it's steady, it's steady, it's steady. Oh, here's the patch. And all of a sudden, as you can see, both types of wood spiked pretty hard. They're suddenly worth quite a lot of money. Why is this? Well, it's mostly because on patch day, as somebody speculated in the Reddit thread, maybe 50,000 wood was sold in the first half an hour after the patch, and that's because Chuka and Chumpawat, the new legendary, requires the gift of wood, and I think that you need a lot of wood for the legendary back piece from Fractals as well at the same time. So this stuff has spiked, and as you can see as well, it seems pretty steady. This isn't one of those like flash fire, oh, it has value for a little while and then it goes away. This seems like, yeah, wood is now something people want a lot more, and it actually has worth. It has worth to the point that people are reporting seeing bots hiding under maps trying to take advantage of this. So I did try this out a couple of days ago. You guys should be seeing a lot of footage of it. The idea is you go in game and you can repeat as many times as you like. I'll talk about the idea of its repeatability. But you go to a variety of waypoints. Obviously, it costs money to waypoint to those waypoints, but from these waypoints, you find trees, and like each tree you cut down is worth like a huge amount of money. And you just go to the hot spots around the world, and this just kind of becomes something you can do to relax. These kinds of farms I enjoy. I enjoy because you can just put on something nice on the TV and relax, and all of a sudden you're enjoying a lot of money flowing in. It's very similar to, say, the Silver Waste chest train that we had for a while, but it's a bit more personal and you can get quite good at, right? So what I'm going to show you guys in this video, as you can see in the background, is a general guideline, and then you can tweak and refine. And you could go mad with this. Like, you can find all kinds of different special areas that have got lots of wood nodes you want that other people haven't really identified. And then slowly over time, the more you do it, the more you sort of start to dive in. Specifically, it reminds me of Guild Wars 1 farming for chests to get my treasure hunter title, which was absolutely a massive waste of time, by the way. So, so there's really one main tip that I'm going to give you guys in this video that has really changed things for me. I never used to enjoy doing this gathering style stuff. Never thought it was worth it. But a while ago, obviously, they changed the way that guilds work. I think this happened with Heart of Thorns release. And what you guys might not know is that guild messages of the day can now actually support chat codes. And by chat codes, I mean, you know, like when you type the weird string of characters into your chat box and all of a sudden it becomes something a player can mouse over and it's showing like weapon statistics. Or, more importantly, let's say when you ping a waypoint. So if you guys have a look here, I'm currently, you know, in my main guild's guild hall, and I'm repping my main guild here. But if I press G, I've got another guild here. This is my storage guild. I call it Junlai Chest. It's based on the Junlai from GW1. Yes, it's the best storage guild name ever. But if you look here, in the message of the day, what I've actually done is I've copy-pasted a small list of what looks like really random text here. Now this I've just grabbed directly, all credit goes to the person in the Reddit comments who left this. I've just nicked it from them basically as they put it up online. And all I've done is I've got a little personal guild for myself, and I've put these in the message of the day. And now what happens is whenever I rep this guild, if you have a look down in my chat box, if we go to our regular tab here, what happens is it says, here's your message of the day, and all these random strings of letters become translated actual waypoints. So what it says here is Wincona Rally waypoint, or down here, Grawple waypoint, and I can actually just click it, and it will show me exactly where the waypoint is. I can double click to go to said waypoint, and then from said waypoint, in the message of the day as well, are general directions for where the player needs to go to get the nodes. So here, as you can see from what I've copied and pasted, and if you guys go to the Pastebin in the description, this is exactly what you'll get as well. You'll see it says that I need to go southeast to the next waypoint, and if I were to walk on this road, I'll get a ton of wood along the way that I can just gather as I go. Then, once I'm done with that, I can just go to the next one on the list. The Grey Road waypoint. At the north there is iron, and at the south there's wood. I just click it, and away I go. And I cannot tell you guys, this may seem like something really basic, and many of you are probably already familiar with the fact that this can be done. I cannot tell you how useful this is. Before this functionality came to the guilds, really, it was a massive pain in the ass, especially if you didn't have 2 monitors for your PC, because you'd have to play in like windowed or windowed full screen for a start, so you can easily alt tab between the game and then other things, and then you'd have to like go to different websites to make sure that you've got the gathering routes up, and you'd have to have your maps on the screen. And the whole point, I think, of a farm like this that can really help you get a reasonable amount of money is that it's supposed to be relaxing. And after a while, sure, anyone will find it relaxing because people get used to what those routes are. But that's like an annoying break-in period. And it's just frustrating to keep having to alt tab. This is so easy though. Like, it's all there within the game. You just click on the list, you go to the next one, 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 for as long as you like. And so if you guys know anything about Guild Wars 2, if I walk up to a tree, I cut down the tree, obviously it's gone and I can't get it again. So how can I make this video for you today and say, oh, you can just do it as long as you like? Well, you can, and that's because the regular nodes, and especially for a lot of these trees we're going for, these aren't like rich nodes, so they respawn every hour. So you can do it, and it will take you about 20 minutes. This exact list that you're going to get from this video takes you about 20 minutes, and then an hour later, you can do it again if you like. Or, if you don't want to wait that hour, if you get really good at it, I mean, these were just my first runs that I ended up getting around 20 minutes. If you get really good at it, if you play and sell like a thief, if you play with like a lot of move speed, if you're smart about utilities, you'll see here I'm actually running Eye of the Storm for super speed, and I'm playing around with a trait where I give myself super speed and arcane shield to stop myself getting in combat, and a fiery greatsword to move quickly. Lots of classes will have their options for mobility, but if you get fast with it, you can just character swap as well. That's another thing you can do. If you character swap, all the nodes will respawn, so you just need a character, and you'll probably have at least 2 now that the level 80 tomes are in the game. And if that's not good enough for you, you can actually just go to other mega server instances, and that's not hard. One thing people sort of forget is a part of the game is guesting. All right, so if we come to character select here, I actually can guest to another map. All right, and if I guest to another map, say, I don't know, Emery Bay, my old server, all right, if I click guest, guesting is still a thing. Just because mega servers exist, that doesn't mean there aren't still more than one instance of Dredgehaunt Cliffs. And what you'll actually find through guesting is you can still swap onto other mega server instances, even without friends. And this will allow you to get nodes to respawn. It's not guaranteed. I can guest and then still get into the same mega server instance, 2 times in a row. But it is something you can try out, and you can still use your guest passes every day, just like you did back at launch, and it might be, of some benefit to you. All right, so we've talked long enough. I kind of want to talk to you guys about the actual profit here before I go into some more detailed, some more cool things you can do. Like I say, this was about 20 minutes for me, and if you have a look in Liss's inventory here, this is what I ended up gathering. I ended up getting 20 elderwood. I think that these trees, they're worth something. Okay, so we can obviously go for the elderwood, but it's not the best thing as well. But I got 20 elderwood, but most importantly, these are I got some softwood, but these are the important ones. I got about 100 season logs, and I got about 100 hardwood. So in an hour, this is kind of like getting over a stack in an hour, which is pretty incredible. But so we got 102 hardwood here, 197 seasoned. And as you can see, if I try and sell these, That's 5 gold right there. It really doesn't matter whether you sell instantly or you put it to post. It's a 1 copper difference. But you know, that's 5G just from what you've seen me doing in this video. And then if I go for the hardwood as well, oh, guess what? That's another 5 gold. So that is 10 gold, guys, in about 20 minutes, all right? Your daily probably takes about 20 minutes. Unless you like really min-max with it. It takes about 20 minutes and you're getting 2 gold from it. I've mentioned in so many videos recently that I'm shocked at how many people are suddenly doing the dailies for that 2 gold. And I guess it's just because people don't realize about farms like this. Now, some of you are going to be sitting there saying, oh, now that people are covering it, Wooden Potatoes did a video on it, it's going to tank down in price, and obviously the wood's not going to be worth anything. No. That's not the way this works. I do not have that much power. We've seen some weird stuff happen with niche markets before, like when people say, oh, potatoes are going to rise, and then, you know, there's like a phantom market for a second. But in all seriousness, this is a stable market. This is something you can do a lot of, and you can get a crap ton of gold. So that's the idea, guys. It's so relaxing. If you're looking for something easy to do, I thought I'd share it with you. A couple of little tips as well. Why have I been in the guild hall this entire time while I've been talking to you? Well, it's because I wanted to bring your attention to the tavern proprietor. Now, at the tavern, you can upgrade for some buffs, okay, which you can get from this guy here in the Lost Precipice, Nathan, the bartender. And these buffs, as long as you're repping the correct guild, and you don't have to always rep your waypoint guild, by the way. You can rep back to whatever. It will stay in your chat down here. But if you go to your main guild, you've probably got a tavern. And these guys actually sell different buffs for different occasions. You should be using these. They last 24 hours and you can just pick one. Well, if you're going to do this, you may as well pick the Gathering one. This increases, as long as your guild has the perk maxed out, which is really easy, by the way. Like, really easy. It will give you 20% higher chance to crit gather, which just means more stuff. You know, about 20% more stuff by the end. So, it's a nice little buff you can put in yourself. You can forget about it because it will last for 24 hours of playtime. And as well, item boosters, if you've got those, or gathering boosters, that will increase the stuff you get even more, give you more swiftness so you can move around. And generally just increase all your profits by a lot, so you can make sure you get that. There's obviously the infinite tools that you can use, which means you never actually pay on the tool. The only money you spend is the money waypointing around. There are the guild banners that you can use. That's another boost that you can go for. And generally, I just recommend you play on a fast character, something with high mobility, so you can zoom through nice and quickly. And that's your farm, guys, really. I wanted to share this with you. I wanted to let you all know that, you know, you can get a lot more gold for a short space of time, even just doing something like this. This isn't like the Silver Waste chest train where you have to wait and make sure there's a good commander and lots of people and you're reliant on other things. This is just straight up cash. You're not flooding yourself with loads of rares and greens and stuff you have to salvage out with bloodstone dust and all this other nonsense. It is wood. You sell the wood, you get the gold. Simple. And there's really very little more to it than that. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if you like videos like this where I highlight just like a little area. We can cover some maybe more things like this as well if people like it. Just doing a bit of an experiment more than anything, really. But I hope you guys had a great day. Hope everything's all well. And I look forward to seeing what you guys think about this. Again, check out the Pastebin in the description and plop it in a guild message of the day. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't have a guild, I don't have a place that I can actually put this message of the day, don't forget that you can make a guild any way you like now, right there in the UI, as long as you've got free slot, and it just costs a single gold, a tenth of what you'll get in 20 minutes. Not a bad deal, right? Anyway, guys, there you go. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.
I'm not using keyboard and mouse for this. And it's bad.
Well, we'll see if the controller works. Why are we doing this? We could see it. Might work.
Don't mind him.
Right.
He will be playing. He will be playing. So we're gonna see how bad he is at these types of games.
There's a lot of pressure here.
Or how good.
I want you to know that I do this to have fun each week. All right. If you put all this undue stress, I'm just gonna flake out.
The viewers want to see pro content.
All right, I have to say as well, you know, Matt and I have played a fair few games on the channel, all right?